Hi there. Thanks for partnering with CCI Learning. My name is Catherine and I'm the Customer Success Manager at CCI. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through Jasperactive, the world's first hands-on kinesthetic learning solution for Microsoft Office. Students learn by doing, and I will be demonstrating all of the activities within Jasperactive from both a student perspective and from a teacher perspective. In this section, we are going to register a teacher account. To get started, we are going to head over to jasperactive.com. From here, we can either log in or create an account. As you can see in the address bar of our web browser, the jasperactive.com has been entered. On our home page, you can also see the top navigation bar contains several page options, including our tech support page. But we want to create a new teacher account, so we are going to click on the red button in the far right-hand corner, the Login/Register button. The Jasperactive login page opens up. This page is where all users will log in, including both your students and teachers. In this demonstration, we want to create our teacher account, so we are going to click on the red hyperlinked text beneath the login button. It says register here. Now, if you forgot your password, you can also reset it from this page as well. This brought me to the Create My Jasperactive Profile page. On this page, you will see Jasperactive's privacy policy and terms of use. For teachers, we just want you to know that Jasperactive has a blanket policy that does not send any emails to students. So rest assured, no emails will be going to your students. To continue, you need to select your role. As this is a new teacher account, you will need to select the Educator/Instructor button. Now, if by chance you land on this page by accident, you can always click on the Login Here text below, and that will take you back to the login page. Clicking on the Instructor button brings up the next page, the Role and Permissions page. You will enter in your school or organization, then select your institution type. Then you will select your current role at the institution. And then select the size of the institution. Once all of that is completed, you want to click Sign Up with Email. This brings us to the Create Account with Email page. Under the profile details, you will enter in your first and last name. Next is your username. This will only accept letters and numbers, so it may take a couple of minutes to figure out what works best. Once you have found one that works, enter in your email address, preferably your school email address. Then, under the additional details, you can specify your language preference. We have both English and Spanish available. Next, select your country and select your region. Lastly, enter in your city. Now you can select the fun part, your avatar. Just click on the image you wish to select. My preference is always coffee. Now here is where you would enter in either your study code provided by your teacher, or in this example, your teacher code, which would be provided to you by your program lead. If you do not have it, simply skip this part and click on the next step. Please note that teacher codes are never given out to students, so you would never give your teacher code out to a student. Here we have the security and password page. You will need to fill in 3 security questions and create a password. In the event that you forgot your password and need to recover it, these security questions will be asked. You'll select them from the drop-down menu, any of the questions that resonate with you and the ones that you will remember. Now, if you have any difficulty with the password reset questions, feel free to reach out to your program lead or contact Jasperactive to have your password reset. The next step is to create your password. The password must contain a minimum of 7 characters. Once you have created that, you will need to agree to your Jasperactive's privacy policy and terms of use. The next 2 options below are optional. Of course, for all teachers, we highly recommend signing up for the Jasperactive newsletter to hear about the latest product enhancements and announcements. Finally, and to continue, you'll select the Next Step button. Now on this screen, you will read through the Jasperactive End User License Agreement. Below, you will select the checkbox to agree to the terms, and then you'll click the Next Step button. You have successfully created your profile. Now let's click on the Let's Get Started button to see your dashboard page. After completing your profile, you are brought back to jasperactive.com. You can see on the top navigation bar, I have an additional option, which is the dashboard option. This is the page I am currently on. Scrolling across the menu, I can also see in the right-hand corner my avatar and my profile name. By clicking the toggle arrow next to my name, I can see a couple of account options as well. The first item is the user dashboard. The second is your account settings. You can change your information, including your password, from here. And then lastly, the logout option at the bottom. As you can see on this page, there are a number of Jasperactive options. This page will act as your main navigation point. You can see that I can access Jasperactive Microsoft Office, Jasperactive Digital Literacy, Jasperactive QuickBooks, and Jasperactive Adobe Create. You will only have access to Jasperactive products that your school is licensed for. In this next section, we are going to explore the teacher panel. So let's click on the Jasperactive Microsoft Office button to take us to the administrative side. This next section will focus on getting started with the teacher panel. Okay, after pressing the button to go to the Jasperactive Microsoft Office, we are given this one-time page only. It is asking for a teacher code that we skipped during our registration. If you recall, this is provided to you by your program lead or by Jasperactive. Teachers are given a different code than students, and you'll recognize that teacher code as it always starts with the letter T. Now for this demonstration, I will enter in a teacher code provided to me and click Continue. The confirmation window appears. It will bring up which institution that you are linking to. I will say yes, that I want my account linked to this institution by clicking Confirm. Now it will bring me to the teacher panel page. This is where you will be doing all of your classroom administrative tasks. I will walk you through all of the main functions in the next few sections. First, let's do a quick walkthrough on navigating this teacher panel. Starting at the top, you can see we have an icon navigation menu. All of these icons correspond with the gray boxes below. Plus, if you hover your mouse over the icon, you will see the name of the icon pop up. Let's walk through all of these. The first icon is the home icon. This will bring you to the teacher panel page. The second icon is the Activity Manager. This is for creating custom activities and quizzes for the desktop applications. The third icon is the Groups Manager icon. This is where you will create and manage your classes or groups. The fourth icon is the Reports icon. This is where you will find student grading reports. The fifth icon is the Download Teacher Resources icon. In here, you will have access to multiple resources such as the syllabus, course mapping, and more. The sixth and last icon is the Jasperactive installer. This is only necessary for the desktop courses. It is where you will find your latest software download. Now you'll notice that one of the gray boxes below does not appear in the menu. This is the Import Students function. As this is a tool used in the beginning when you're creating your classes, you can only access it from the teacher panel. Now let's get started with your first activity, to create a class. From the teacher panel, we clicked on the Groups Manager button. This brought us to the Groups Manager homepage. There are a couple of features on this page. One is the Search Groups filter. In this large box, you can search several different ways for your classes that you've already created. However, since we are creating our group for the first time, we are going to click on the red button, Add New Group. Now you can see the new group. In the title, it is listed as New Group. Plus, I have a General Information tab. Within it, there is a Group Key field. This will automatically be populated after we fill out our new class information and click Save. But first, I am going to enter in a group name or class name. This can be edited later if needed as well. Next, I will select my current license. Chances are you will only have one listed. Then after, I will enter in my start date for the class and my end date. I also have a description box to put notes in, anything pertaining to the class that is relevant or that I might need to follow up with. You also want to make sure that the active group checkbox is checked on. And now we can select which applications we would like our students to learn. You can have multiple applications available for one class. However, most teachers will turn them on as the students progress. For example, if a class starts with Word and then finishes it, as a teacher, I could come back into the class and add another application at any time, such as PowerPoint, for example. In this demo, we will select Word Online. Please note, Microsoft Office online courses are for the web applications only. The Microsoft 2013, 2016, and 2019 are for the desktop applications only. These courses run independently of each other, and you cannot cross over from the online to the desktop and then back onto the online. You always have to stick with one application type as they are treated as different courses. Now we click Save, and we've created our first class. After clicking Save, I get a notification banner saying, "Congratulations, your data was saved." You can just X this out. Now you can also see that the title has changed to the name you gave your class. Plus, we have several more tabs open. But most importantly, the group key has been generated. This group key is important as we will be using it when importing our students into Jasperactive and attaching them to this particular class. In this next section, we are going to import our students using the Import Students function. By importing your students, this will attach your students to the class that you've already created. Also, by importing your students, it will bypass the students from having to complete the registration pages. From the teacher panel, click on Import Students. Now, the first thing we are going to want to do is to download the Excel template file. In the first paragraph, click on the red hyperlinked word saying Template. This will automatically download an Excel file and drop it in the left-hand corner of my screen. By clicking on the up arrow of the spreadsheet, I can select to open when done. With the Excel file open, I can see that it is in Protected View. To change this, click the Enable Editing button, as this will allow us to add our students. As you can see, the headers of the columns have already been created for us. We need to fill in the fields first name, last name, email address, activation code, and password. So at this point, you are going to copy and paste the first names, last names, and email addresses of your students into the document. We recommend using their school email addresses, or if you've created free Outlook email accounts, you can use those. Now for the activation code. This is the same code we created our first class with, called the group key. So we are going to put that code in this column. And the password, that can be left blank, and Jasperactive will automatically load in a generic password, Jasperactive with a capital J and an exclamation mark at the end. If I bring up the Jasperactive page again, we can actually see that generic password right here. If you choose to use the generic password, you'll want to prompt your students to change their passwords to something unique when logging in for the first time. Now let's say I forgot my activation code. I can navigate back to my group by clicking on the house icon in the top navigation menu, then clicking on the Groups Manager, and then scrolling down to the bottom to find my group. I can click on the Copy to Clipboard icon next to the group code, then navigate back to my Excel spreadsheet and enter it in. Now, one of the things I want to highlight is how to copy and paste your activation code. Do not use the drag down method in Excel, as this will change your code into consecutive codes by changing the end value. After you have entered in your first code, you can then copy and paste down the whole column. Now I will enter in a demo student as example. I'm going to leave the password blank, as this will automatically give me the generic password for this student. Now that we have completed this, we can click to save the spreadsheet. Next, we will go back to our Import Students page and fill in the required fields. After completing that, we can select the Choose File button, and it will attach the file name to the right of the button. When we are ready, we can click the red Import button. Once all of the students are uploaded, the page will show us a list of the students and show us if we successfully imported them. If for some reason you get an error, double check your access code in your spreadsheet to make sure that it was correct. Now, if you would like to double check and see that your student was attached to your group class, head back to the Groups Manager page. Scroll down to find your class. Then to get back into the class, I can click on the pencil icon. This will take me back to the main General Information tab of my class. Now click on the Group Students tab. As you can see, my student was added to this group. Now this displays the Excel Expert course. To see if the student was added to all of the applications, I have to change the drop-down menu to reflect the course that I want to see.